Alright, welcome back to another episode of War of Divisions. Today we're going to talk about how to counter King Mont. Considering I gave 4 builds for King Mont, probably would only be fair for me to give you guys 4 counters to King Mont. First one, hard counter. The hardest counter to King Mont is 2B. And that's for, I'm surprised my faith went down. That's for several reasons. 2B has an ability called Resist Field. And this ability will completely shut down King Mont. King Mont relies on a couple of things. Ow, go away. He relies on a couple of things. First thing is Berserk. This gives you Berserk immunity. Second thing is Fang of Leonis for Disable. There's got your Disable immunity covered. And King Mont has three classes that do slash damage, and it's even got your slash resist covered. So this ability is freaking awesome and completely shuts down King Mont for 3 turns. Although generally by the time King Mont has the AP to do Berserk, this would have worn off. But it will help you survive any kind of early King Mont ultimates, early Fang of Leonis disables, anything like that. King Mont AoE has a slash resist down AoE, which will kind of cancel this out, but it might actually trigger him to use that, which is okay, because that's not his hardest hitting attack. So that's and the other thing about 2B countering King Mont, 2B with Tetrasulfate, you can build her to be 100% slash resist. Well, I mean, you can build her to be 100% evade without having to use the Shiva card. So on top of King Mont not being able to hit you, you're throwing out a buff that completely shuts down all of his status effects. So 2B is going to be the hard counter to King Mont. Obviously, your opponents might run something like Yuna, or I don't think anyone ever runs Rosa, but I think Rosa might counter 2B pretty hard. But King Mont's double resist will kind of cover you for Rosa. Not to mention Rosa is a human killer and 2B is a machine. So that won't really work. Soft counter, Titus. Titus kinda counters King Mont in the sense that he's water type, so he's not going to take too much damage from King Mont. He's not immune to Berserk, but if you cover him with 2B, you'll be okay. And also he's immune to Confuse from other 2Bs, so that kind of helps. But if you're gonna run Titus, you might want to run Defense Bracer to cancel out the to increase the resistance of the disable, because if your Titus catches a disable, it kind of sucks. The other reason to run Titus is Titus has one-shot potential on Yuna if King Mont runs with a Yuna. The problem with also Titus has that defense down ability from called Jut Shot that will reduce King Mont's defense. The other thing Titus has is Saintly Wall, which will bait out a Saintly Wall will bait out King Mont's Iron Blow, which will break the shield, but it's not his hardest hitting attack. A couple of things about Titus. This Delay Buster, freaking awesome, especially against King Mont, because once he gets tagged with Delay Buster, Titus will lap him, particularly if the Titus has Hastaga. So if you build a max speed Titus, you can get 2 turns on King Mont. And then any King Mont that's not building slash resist, or not building 100% slash resist, I should say, will very likely get 2-shotted by a Jut Shot into a Delay Buster or anything like that. So Titus, soft counter. An ability that counters King Mont. So now we're not talking about units, but this is more of a sniper thing. The ability that counters King Mont, Dispel Spread, or basically any kind of Dispel for that matter. But you don't really want to depend on Excalibur, because Gilgamesh is weak to fire. But basically, King Mont is mostly ran as a tank. Okay, if King Mont and King Mont is very dependent as a tank on an ability called Proclamation. If you hit him with the spell spread, his 120 buff, the defense and CT buff, also a buff. So if you hit him with the spell spread, King Mont is basically screwed. Because now you have no hate. Because I believe this spell spread will also dispel the initial hate off your support skill. But once you're hit with a dispel spread, King Mont supports being like Yuna, 2B, those guys. They're gonna drop like flies. So there's your third counter to King Mont. Shoot, I have 4 counters. I really gotta write this crap down. The 4th counter to King Mont is Slash Resist. Realistically, King Mont, if you look at him, he only has three classes, all with slash damage. So it's very awkward for King Mont to deal with slash resistance. The only thing that King Mont realistically has that can deal with slash resistance, and nobody's gonna run freaking Exorcist on King Mont, okay? That's just not happening. See all slash attacks. The only thing that King Mont has that can deal with slash resistance is an ability called Katong. As you can see, my ninja skills are completely unleveled. Katong, this is the only ability that King Mont has that can deal with slash resist. So if you run slash resist, I'm talking maxed out 100% slash resist, King Mont is not gonna be able to do much to you. I mean, he might use this ability, Claw of the Young Lion King. This will lower slash resist by, I believe this lowers slash resist by 38%. But if you were to run Whisper has an ability called, has a debuff resistance ability from the Nike Sub job that will basically help her resist the slash resistance down abilities. Not to mention, if you ever run King Mont, or if you ever seen me run King Mont, I kept all his abilities on so that he'll hit with the hardest hitting attack. And generally, it's not this Claw of Leonis ability. Not to mention, Claw of Leonis is fairly awkward to use. But Whisper basically hard counters everybody. But basically, if you were to fight against, if you were going to use Whisper against King Mont and you're going to build for 100% slash resist, Divine Protection right here. Resist debuff, raise debuff resist. This will help Whisper resist the slash down debuff, and she'll still walk around with 100 slash resist. Alright, there you go. There's 4 counters for King Mont come next week. I might actually do some videos of me fighting King Mont as something else other than King Mont. I think we had our full of King Mont videos for the week. Maybe I will actually fight him next week, but we'll see. Thank you guys all for watching. The Ultimate Chi signing out.